Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic. And maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from. The county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, General Francis Ogola will be laid to rest tomorrow in a Lego Usonga constituency in Siaya County. Earlier today, there was a memorial service in Nairobi. And I paid very close attention to the speeches, especially by the political leadership. I listened keenly to the speech by Musalia Mudavadi. Fantastic.
If there was a description of humility, an epitome of humility, then the general who has fallen is indeed a symbol of humility.
I listened to the speech by the truthful man, Rigathi Gachagua. Fantastic.
Your Excellency, it is good for us to give the other side of the general that we saw and interacted with. General Ogolla, despite being a very tough general and commander, who is celebrated for his various accomplishments, was also a very humorous man. He was full of very good jokes, and many a time in tense situations, he would make everybody feel comfortable.
I also paid very close attention to the speech by Raila Odinga. The best. In fact, the military clapped for Raila Odinga. Raila is the only civilian the military clapped for. I also paid very close attention to the speech by the president. Very good, but I think William Ruto played into Raila Odinga trap. Raila Odinga had laid a trap for him, which he fell into. So in this video, I want us to analyze the trap which Raila Odinga laid for William Ruto and William Ruto walked right into. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without the support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, Joel Ogolla, the son, carried the day.
Mzee lying over here, the casket he's lying in is a very simple mbao ambayo hata haijapigwa randa. Is very rough. I've just been told it actually costed 6,800 shillings. Hii mambo mingi ya casket ati mtu mkubwa 500,000, 1 million. His essence and spirit is no longer with us. This is a body which he served the country with, and now it is finished. Yeah, in addition to that, let me just briefly address the rumors I've been seeing on social media asking, is this guy, was he Muslim? The rights he wants to be buried with, what's happening? Your Excellency, as you know, Jesus himself, how he was buried, he was wrapped in a sheet and put in a tomb.
First of all, let me just try and briefly go through Raila Odinga's speech. Raila Odinga began his speech by recognizing William Ruto as the President of the Republic of Kenya.
Thank you, Your Excellency, William Samoei Ruto, the President and also Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Republic of Kenya.
I think that is now the second time Raila Odinga is recognizing William Ruto as the President of the Republic of Kenya. Previously, Raila Odinga would always refer to Ruto as Mr. Ruto. Number two, in his speech, Raila Odinga also paid tribute, glowing tribute, to the late Ogolla.
We are paying farewell to a four-star general who has died not in the field of combat, but through a tragic air crash accident. General Ogolla, as has already been said by those who have spoken before, exemplified what you can call a true nationalist. By his own conduct he showed that he loved his country and he was prepared to serve and die on behalf of his country.
And indeed, he also mentioned the son.
We take comfort in listening to his son talk about him. And when I saw Joel talk there, I said, this is a case of the general is dead. Long live the general.
And Raila Odinga also had a message which I think was meant for the Luos. The idea of expensive funeral expenses.
Tragic that we are studying today, but he has also shown, just as in life, in death he also said he wants a simple burial and be buried as quickly as possible. This is in line with the traditions of our own African people. Commercializing burials today is not African, it's un-African. People used to be buried either the same day or the following day when they died. Burial funeral was not an enterprise as what it has come today.
Then Raila Odinga went and laid the trap for William Ruto. First of all, let me just read for you a comment I came across online by someone called Kihoria wa Dorongo. I think this guy also observed the same thing. The president has made his tribute to Ogolla nothing but greatly a tribute of praising himself, likening himself to Jesus, self-importance, and cleaning himself. In fact, that was even the feeling. Was it today earlier when he made some post, yesterday, when he visited the family, and the caption he had on his Facebook page? Most Kenyans felt that William Ruto was just praising himself, because if you compared his tribute to the rest at that yesterday, his was not presidential. So this guy is proceeding here. Sadly, the dead cannot be able to defend themselves. This is extremely shocking. Above all, how could he lie that the name of the vice CDF can miss from the list of appointment in the hierarchy of KDF? He even painted our military wrongly. They are apolitical. I also felt so. In fact, I felt so that by William Ruto trying to drag the name of the military, that, our military is professional. Baba Raila Odinga made a personal one, called for closure against accusing a statesman like Ogolla. And that is exactly the trap which Raila Odinga laid for Ruto, and I'm coming to it, so just stay put. Rigiji, I also told you that Rigiji's statement was also the best. Rigiji showed how the leadership was devastated on the general's loss. That's how it should be. Bwana Zakayo came, akaribu kila kitu. Now what will be picked up is what he said about himself, not Ogolla. Let me ask you, what do you think William Ruto said, if you can remember, about Ogolla during his speech? Nothing. Now let me tell you how Raila Odinga laid a trap for him, and that's why William Ruto had to do what he did. Listen to Raila Odinga. First of all, Raila Odinga began by calling for investigations, so that if Kenyans still have some doubts, then those doubts can be erased. And the call is actually to ascertain what caused the plane to crash, how the plane, military chopper, came down, the state of our equipment. Up to that stage, Raila Odinga got it, listening to Raila Odinga.
Your Excellency, I want to conclude by saying that because of the manner in which Ogolla died, a lot of rumors are flying around all over. We want these rumors to be put to rest. And this can only happen if there's a thorough investigation to tell us the cause of the death, how that plane came down. But also, Your Excellency, this is also time to take a relook at our equipment and our military. Because you have seen a number of these accidents over the last 5 to 10 years. There's been so many of these crashes. We want to put this to an end so that we can save lives of our people. Finally.
So which means Raila Odinga, first of all, dealt with the issue, the elephant, the questions, some of which Babu Wino raised yesterday. What caused the helicopter to crash? That is what Kenyans want to hear. Raila Odinga, William Ruto, Rigathi Gachagua, Musalia Mudavadi, all of them will be in Siaya tomorrow. What the people of Siaya would want to hear is a promise about no stone being left unturned. In fact, if our Ruto, what I'll be focusing on today would be my speech tomorrow in Siaya, we should focus purely on Ogolla and the military and the investigation. And that's why the military actually clapped for Raila Odinga. Then after that, Raila Odinga now laid the trap for Ruto again. Second trap. The stigma around the Momas. Because remember, Ogolla is being hailed for his humility. Is being hailed for his professionalism. Is being hailed for his commitment to the military. Then you come and accuse Ogolla of being part of a team that went to Bomas to change results.
As we lay Ogolla tomorrow to rest, I want us to remove the stigma, Your Excellency. Because I knew this man very well. General Ogolla would never have contemplated or thought about going to Bomas of Kenya to force Mr. Chebukati to alter the results of last general elections. So if we want this to be removed, as we lay him to rest. Rest in peace, our brother and my uncle, General Ogolla. Thank you.
But in his response, I think William Ruto is making Kenyans to ask more questions. Because, for example, William Ruto is suggesting that Ogolla, who cannot defend himself, who is a general, went to him and apologized.
On the brief that I had been given when I came into office as president, and I had been told there are 4 sensitive positions: that of the IG of the police, that of Interior, that of the Director General of NIS, and that of the CDF. And I had been told, you need to be careful who you appoint into these offices because they mean a lot and they are very sensitive. And I had even been told that, please, don't be shy to appoint members of your community. You will be safe. I had made a conscious, deliberate decision that we were going to take a different trajectory as a country, where merit, professionalism, and competence must come before ethnicity. And I made up my mind that General Ogolla deserved to be the Chief of Defense Forces of the Republic of Kenya. It is an appointment that I am very, very proud that I made. The events of the 15th of August at the Bomas of Kenya. And so, I asked General Ogolla for a meeting. And I had a one-on-one, man-to-man, come to Jesus meeting with General Ogolla. And when we concluded that meeting, General Ogolla told me the following: Mr. President, I have no defense. I will not try to defend myself. It was wrong what happened. And you have three choices. Either send me to court-martial, or have me retire, or forgive me. That evening, I went home after that meeting, and I reflected on what General Ogolla had told me. And in that reflection, I thought of my own story and my own episode at the ICC in The Hague.
That you see, what happened in the Bomas was wrong. We went to change results, so I apologize. You can take me to military court. And then he gave option. You either forgive me or retire me. Which military operates like that? Which military operates like that? Which general operates like that? Which general operates like that? So those are the mistakes William Ruto committed. So if I were Ruto, I would not labor to explain how he appointed Ogolla. In fact, William Ruto is making it appear as if he's the one who removed Ogolla from from Alego and made him the CDF. While we all know that Ogolla served in the military for 40 good years. He was one of the most qualified, which means even if he were to pick him, it was as a result of his commitment, merit, and qualification. I don't know what to think, but that's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.